Big shook, big shook. It's really real right now.
Mr. DL.
2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Who's off? I could just lose your mind.
Boom, boom. We are here.
Wait, no, we are not here.
Oh, Big Shook left? Oh, he's gone. Okay, I see now. Yeah. We were here.
We were here.
Where we at?
Yo, we are here, episode 59 of the Danger Zone podcast with
Big Shook.
Mr. DL and
Chef Ton and Nicole. Welcome back, everybody.
hell yeah, we got
Yo, that shit was mad dead silence.
Facts. The flow was not happening. If that was foreplay, it was dry.
Yo, hey, yo, D.
Yo.
You was like, wit.
Let's try that again.
No, we good. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes.
All right.
We're live like Chris Rock.
Whoa.
So, go ahead.
Hey, okay. Speak of Chris Rock. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the other next, whatever. Okay. But go ahead. What you got? What you got on deck? You want to talk about Melle Mels?
We can talk about Melle Mels.
Well, I like to talk.
Do you want to talk about him or his mustache?
Oh, boy.
Well, no.
La
Let me
zona
tell you
de
like
peligro.
this. I'm talking to, like, Melle Mels. The reason why I say it because, like, I saw a statement that you had made on Twitter, and like there was a part of it that I disagreed with. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, trying to get, like, you had said
What was the statement?
Okay,
we so much stuff.
Oh, he said
Yeah.
he says so much stuff he don't even remember.
well, you had said okay, we get it. But you were basically like, we get it, Melle Mels, blah, blah. But you're not good anymore and whatever, you know what I'm saying? Well, I didn't take, like I took, my discrepancy was the fact of saying that he wasn't good anymore because I feel like hip hop is on his back. Like those dudes are forefathers.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's not like looking for him to be better than what he is. He is what he is. We know.
Yeah, but you can't
So when
can't say that I'm the best rapper and I have a verse that beat any rapper. I'll beat Jay-Z in a verse. I'll beat Eminem in a verse, but it's not true. And you can't say it. You're not allowed to say it because of his stature. And yes, he is an icon. He is a legend. He is this and he is that.
He's saying that.
Yes, he's absolutely said those exact things.
Wait, no, you didn't let me finish. Is he saying that his verses that he's done on records, or that he has a verse?
He has verses in the cut that will destroy any rapper. That's his.
Okay, so maybe that part I don't know, because maybe he's trying to lead up to something. Like, you know what I mean? Like putting something I don't know. But I'm just talking about as far as, like, listen, first of all, when I came up, like those dudes were, like one of the early rap groups.
Yeah.
Dude, Grandmaster.
I completely respect their contribution to the culture, to everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. So I came in, and I grew up, underneath that and listened to that hip hop. But by the time I came to New York and connected with Guru and stuff, I was on my way to doing what I was going to do with Gangstar, and now I'm there with them. They had their own radio show, and I was up there freestyling with them, and they were doing routines and stuff. Now, mind you, you know me from being around me now and doing some things with me. So at one point, not even when I went to New York, but before, people used to kind of rhyme like they did, that rhyme style that he had, and
Yeah.
So me being from way back then, as you know, I don't rhyme like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I kept it moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you found you filled in the empty syllables. That's basically all it really was the empty space with syllables, which a lot of people from then just didn't do. Like
it was more like when dudes came along, like even after Rakim, I want to say more like Mobb Deep, so to speak, and like that type of, and even Cool G Rap and stuff, where people were talking like it was basically like you having a conversation rapping.
Yeah.
Not like everybody get a body, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more party and more, but it had messages too.
Yeah.
I felt like it was so dope. But him as an MC, He made, as we know, he made a controversial statement that he says that if Eminem wasn't white, he wouldn't be considered a top rapper, right? Now, what? How do you look at that? Like, what do you think about that, Steve?
I think I'm on the fence with it. I think Eminem is. I try to look at stuff objectively. I'm not an Eminem fan. I don't think he sucks. I think he's great. I'm not an Eminem fan. Do I think he's incredible? Yes. Do I think he became bigger because he was white? Yes. I absolutely do.
You don't think he
became great because of both.
Own, like something that
it was something. He had a Redman-ish. Redman meets he had a style of his own, but it was a little, Redman wasn't as big as Eminem, and they kind of had the same thing going on. So I do think him being white did help him out. It did, I think.
Listen to this. So
let's stay here though. Shit, I'm falling.
Like you said, you're saying that you think he had his own style or what have you. Well, hi, my name is. When he came out with that joint, like nobody was rapping like that.
Yeah,
nobody would even did that. Nobody would even and put themselves in a hilarious light like that or whatever. It was different. You know what I mean? So I give him that. But I think he's really good myself.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm a fan or not because I don't play myself as fan man. I'm a fan of the music. So
you could be a fan. It's all right.
Song is dope. I like it, whatever. But his ability too as an MC, I think is dope. Do I think he's bigger because he's white? Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah.
Because if there's a whole pack of lions, right, running. Well, let's say tigers. There's a whole bunch of pack of tigers running around. Right? And one of the tigers is just as powerful and strong and what have you, right? He's an albino tiger. If you ever seen the white tiger, right? So now you got the white tiger with the pack that you always seen these regular. These tigers that are powerful beasts, you know what I'm saying? So you're gonna keep your eye on that white tiger because he can keep up. He's the same as them. You know what I'm saying? Now there's a few more other white tigers that aren't as like, you know what I mean? They ain't catching up. But that dude, he's that dude. He's that white tiger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas like he can be aggressive. His skill is there. I'm not gonna say he would just be regular if he wasn't white because his shit not regular.
Yeah, I don't think he would regularly because he was white, but it did help because this is what it did. It was the same. It was the Cypress Hill effect all over again. It was people who hated rap but liked him. They were wearing Pearl Jam shirts, but they were like, "Oh, I hate rap, yeah, but Eminem's awesome." So he reached an entire race of people who didn't like. Not to say white people didn't like rap, but in the white race there were people who don't like rap, and he reached those people and brought them with him. Maybe that's all they stayed for was him, but you know what I'm saying? But this is where
I feel.
Oh, go ahead.
I feel, not to cut you, but the wisdom ever. But I feel that there were a lot of people who did like rap that were in these different genre households and what have you, and trailers like him, and stuff like that. Yeah. They were a group, but it wasn't probably even cool to be like.
They didn't have someone representing them.
I like rap in this house. Like, it wasn't cool. So now we get some dude that looks like us and we know he tells a story and chronicles a story of him living in trailers and that whole shit like that. So my mother's like, oh shit, this is one of us. Let's champion this dude.
Yeah.
Now, if we go back in the history a little something. So we know the stories they talk about Elvis Presley, stealing black songs, but they were stealing. He might have been stealing styles and the song.
Yeah.
When it gets to Eminem and those guys, it's not stealing like any sounds or whatever. He created like his lane and he rapped. Everybody else was doing it, but he just had his style.
And he constantly showed love to people who came before him.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
it was like, I got my style from so-and-so. Make sure you listen to so-and-so because he made me want to rap. You know what I mean? He did that as well.
Right. And then before him, when they had somebody considered to be a big rapper that was white was Vanilla Ice. Now, the thing about Vanilla Ice, when he first came in, he was cool. He was regular. Like he was, the song was huge though. That Ice Ice Baby And then when you hear it, it was like white dudes playing ball back in the day against black dudes. Dudes want to be like, yo, that white boy can play. Like, that's all how that always was, you know. Even Magic Johnson chronicled a story like that about Larry Bird.
Yeah.
You know, and all those greats were like, well, we got to see. They ain't just talking the hype because he's white. But no, he was nice. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So the thing is, he stands out. You know, Eminem stands out, but Vanilla Ice was almost like he became a product of that success. Like, he let it go to his head, so to speak.
I thought Eminem was like, whoa, look at this, guys. We got a white guy to rap. That's that's kind of what I thought it was like. It was Vanilla Ice's whole image at first. Maybe they didn't say that, but it was like the white. If you have to constantly talk about your race, like the white rapper, then you have a gimmick, and I don't think you're really good. Like Eminem was just Eminem. Yes, he was white, and people did say that, but they weren't like, Eminem's the best white rapper. They're like, no, Eminem's the best rapper. Like
one of the best rappers.
You know what I'm saying?
Plus, Vanilla Ice was. He let them turn him. First, he might have had
a chance,
some realness to him, but he let them turn him into corn on the cob.
Yeah, it got gimmicky. It got gimmicky.
Who you mean? You mean Robert Van Winkle? So you talking?
Well, yeah,
that's his real name.
Yeah, I know they was trying to make him like Elvis, even with the hairdo and that stupid ass onesie, that one piece catsuit joint. The motherfucking, you know what I mean? You got them to put you put that on. You see what I'm saying? So you know he was fucked up in the head by that night. You know, he lost right then. He lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Once he put that on, and even when I seen it, because I was just coming home when Ice Ice Baby was out. Motherfuckers would say whatever they wanted. They was banging that shit like crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Should said it, so you know it's true.
So,
yeah, no question.
But there is on the other side of the fence. Whenever there was my I was on the fence. There is the people who do hate on people that are white in rap. So there are those people who do hate on it, and you know, Eminem is important to the culture. If not a fan, but to talk about like white important to the culture, Rick Rubin was very important to the culture, and the structure of how songs in rap are structured. So people weren't rapping for 14 minutes about what they ate for dinner. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
think about what you said about him and the culture. But guess what? If Rick Rubin walks into a room, right, the way he looks, what have you, no one has no idea.
People wouldn't even know who it was.
His magnitude is with hip hop. They just say, "Wow, look at this dude. Is he homeless?"
Yeah.
No, he's fucking straight, married, family, the whole thing.
For a lot of affluent people, and not everybody's walking around with a Gucci this that. You know,
we know that
they could be in their shorts and a t-shirt, and you wouldn't even know they're a billionaire.
Yeah,
but he's to the extreme the other way. Like you know how he looks.
He's very so he's got the one with the earth.
You know what I mean?
He's the one. He's one of the guys I would like to take a lunch with, like to talk about like stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But he'll probably leave the lunch if you go to lunch.
He'll be like, do you know why? Do you believe in unicorns?
No, you know why he's gonna leave. DL, if you go out with him for lunch, he's leaving.
Because my stomach's so big?
No. In order for y'all to have lunch, you know, you and him got to take your shoes off.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Once his shoes are off and he does that little crisscross sit, when you do it, and he sees those black bottoms.
Oh, boy.
He's gonna be like,
hey, if he's one with nature, he'll understand.
So, as far as the white side, I will give my experience on it. The people that do hate.
Oh, you got experience?
No, people that do hate on people for being white in rap. For example, Big Shot. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Get your horns out.
Del peligro.
I said something on the podcast about how I didn't like a rapper. Or I didn't like something a rapper did. I'm not even going to say who. Actually, it was Pete Rock. I didn't like what Pete Rock said about this. And people went crying to Big Shug. And they said this. Wah! Big Shug! Wah! Mr. DL's a racist. And their example, that's what I'm trying to say. We're somewhat limited to our opinions we can have or that we can do. And I was like, man, if your opinion of me is that I'm a racist because I said I didn't like something a rapper said, that you would never say that to me, mind you, whoever, Malmo or whoever it was. You never said it to me. You know what I'm saying? You never said it to me. So you already know what you are. But
I mean,
in rap, this shit just seems to happen. And I do see that people hate on, oh, he can't be the best because he's white, or Drake can't be the best because he's this, or so, like, I don't know what.
What they say about Drake, he can't be the best.
Is Drake mixed? I forget. I don't even know.
Ghostwriting and shit like that, but he has ghostwriting.
Yeah, but 50 Cent wrote LL Cool J songs, and they say LL Cool J's the GOAT. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, why they say he's the GOAT? Because he came up.
Well, he says he's the GOAT, but he is considered somewhere on that list. You know what I'm saying? Like
when he brought that word out with that meaning, nobody was saying that shit. They was seeing when he said, "Oh shit, this word GOAT been around forever," and this motherfucker just made a whole cult. Now listen, everybody's a GOAT. There's so many GOATs that this whole game is a barn.
There's only one GOAT for me, and that's Curry GOAT.
He's the GOAT of the West Coast. He's the GOAT of the South. He's the GOAT of the...
But you know what? The GOAT is what it means. People want, just like OG is really an original gangster, not your grand and your grandfather.
Yeah.
You know, that's original gangster, right? So just like a GOAT, it is what it says. The greatest of all time. We ain't all the greatest of all time. You know, if I say to you right now, who's the greatest quarterback of all time?
Yeah, well, you can't be. You have to say Tom Brady.
Right. So listen. So this is what I'm saying.
I guess.
But that's a fact.
Yeah. All right. Well,
that's indisputable.
Here's an argument then. All right. Here's a quick argument. I think it is Tom Brady. I don't like him, but I think it is Tom Brady. How come Tom Brady gets to be the GOAT and not Joe Montana?
Because Tom Brady has won 7 times.
Yeah.
Super Bowls, 7. That's why.
Okay.
You know, but the number is the.
But let's just say LeBron James wins 7 NBA titles. Let's say he ends up winning 7. Will he be the GOAT?
I mean, he probably would be. You know why? Because, let me tell you something. All the accomplishments that he has, and now he is also the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. Yeah. If this dude can possibly get 3 more, if he can get 3 more championships, which looks highly,
looks
unlikely.
Yeah, very tough.
Then got to say that. But then people are gonna have that argument. Well, he paid 30 years to do it. But I'm just saying, Tom Brady did something that we never seen before in our lives.
Yeah, I think it's Tom Brady.
When he was done, everybody was like, when he left the Patriots, oh, he's done. And the next year he goes and wins a fucking championship. Yo, come on. He has 7 rings. And guess what? He's 45 years old or so, and there's still teams that will take him today.
Yeah.
That's true.
Man.
I used to be the guy who was like, oh, it's all Belichick. And then he proved that, maybe it wasn't Belichick. Like, Belichick had a part of it, but it wasn't all Belichick.
I'm gonna say this is my part of that argument real quick before we step off. I think it's more Belichick. I think it's 50-50, as far as winning, y'all doing your thing. But the only reason why I say that, because Belichick had to also, build the team.
Yeah.
Like, he was the GM as well. So it wasn't about, he had to put the parts around him. And Tom being such an intelligent, and on-point player that he is, right? He made that work. You had to be like how he was to make it work. But still, dude was the architect of the whole team. You see what I'm saying? Some of them players were already there when he got there, like Brewskis and a few others, McGinnis. Those were, Parcells people. Wow. He made them into, players. But while we were on that rap thing real quick too, also speaking of LL, LL made it a point that he wanted to give Chuck D his flowers, because Chuck D, I think he was ranked 34 on the list or whatever.
On that list we went over last week.
Huh?
On that list we went over last week.
Yeah, so I'm saying, but LL just mentioned want to give him his flowers. But man, we know Chuck. First of all, we don't base none of this shit on numbers anyway. That's somebody's opinion. Those are writers' opinion. People that are in the Hall of Fame is a certain group of people that's their opinion. It's not everyone, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. I think Chuck's great, you know what I'm saying? And thing about Melle Mel, today, as you see, right? If they put a microphone in front of you, the guys did now, these rappers from back in the day, whatever, they didn't have that platform like social media like they have now. So now you can say this shit and everybody's listening. You know, I just seen Keith Murray on a part. He said in this podcast, you know, he's the new like interview him. I don't know what they give him for, but he was telling the story of Suge Knight slapping the hellfire out of Puffy. You know what I'm saying? And he's all descriptive about it and showing how it went down and like, you know. And I'm just saying, they put microphones in front of people now. Shit. Especially the dudes who are back in the day were like, oh man, I'm not relevant. I'm relevant minus. You see what I'm saying?
I'm relevant minus.
You know what I'm saying? And you put a microphone in front of them people. Come on, man. You know? What else you got popping there?
A lot, man. There's a lot happening this week.
Happenings.
Shout out to Chuck D, by the way.
Shout out.
So yeah, that whole thing with him was crazy. Like, yeah, I get it. We get it. You're a legend. No one's ever gonna take that away. Why you just gotta be? I know it's a thing though. It's like he's like the Charleston White of the old school rappers.
Nah, that's my man. I can't give him that.
So a couple quick things before we get into something I'm sure we're going to talk. We got two things I'm sure we're going to talk a lot about. I want to say rest in peace to one of my favorite character actors. Tom Sizemore died. You know, and you know, Saving Private Ryan. Have you seen that? That was one of his more known roles. But I always liked him when he popped up in movies. He was never the leading man. He was never the star of the movie. But when he popped up, you knew he was gonna kill it with his either co-star or whatever. He always popped up for a scene here and there. Killed it. He had a big role in Saving Private Ryan. But you know, rest in peace to him. Also, rest in peace to one of our mutual homies, Sean Price, and they're trying to get a street named after him in Brownsville. I think that would be cool. I don't know. Sometimes it's cool. Sometimes it's weird. But him is a perfect fit. I think because he stayed there. You know, he really did stayed there. Like he lived there forever.
Staple.
So
we know it's legitimate.
And his family.
You know what I'm saying? Because
like when you see Too Short Ave, it's weird. Like when you see a hooker standing under the Too Short Ave sign.
Oh boy,
it's just kind of weird. But with Sean Price, this shit really makes sense, you know. So I think they should do it. I think it would be dope.
Yeah.
We'll have one of my oldest friends in the game on the podcast next week. Rock Ness coming next week, so we'll talk. I'm sure he'll have a little more information about that. But we'll save that to next week. The last thing, one last thing, because they're just little short things. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan. Been getting a lot of hate, but he was on the red carpet. We'll show the clip. He was on the red carpet, and a lady started interviewing him. She's, I know you, and he goes, yeah, you used to make fun of me in high school. You used to say I was I was corny. Am I corny now?
Wow. I was like, oh, man. Hashtag get that bully.
Either you're cool or you're corn. Cool or corn. So cool is COOL. And if you minus the two last letters, you got CO, you replace them with an R and an N, you're corn. So it's cool or corn.
Start off.
And sometimes
we all start off with a CO, but which way are you gonna go?
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
But I thought that was dope. So
that was hilarious. I wish I could have seen her face drop.
That's all I got. I got two major things to talk about. So whatever you.
I mean, One Direction. The direction I'm going first. Shout out.
To talk about the band One Direction. I was like, what's going on?
That's all good. But I want to give a shout out to 29 years ago today, as we record. The album Hard to Earn by Gangstar was released. For me, such a masterpiece and a monumental project. You know what I'm saying? Because it was my first time. I appear on there with my brethren, you know, the group home, and that's group DAP and J. Roo. And That was my first time appearing on an album, Gangstar album. And FALA, Fuck Around, Lay Around, was a sample originally that Guru came back with from France. And he was like, yo, let's rhyme on this. He looped it. He said, let's rhyme on it. And then we're going to bring it to Premier and see what's good, you know? So once we did it, FALA, we was like, yo, this shit is tight, yo, this is dope. But we brought it to him, and he was the same way. And he just added on the, you know, of course, he mixed it and lined it up that way, then added on the cut. Figured he fucked around, he lay around. But to me, it was like, damn, that was my first joint. So actually, when I performed that, I used to perform the verse during Jazzmatazz shows, and Tupac was there once, and he's rocking and knew every single word. You know what I mean? So, you know, that was just shout out to that. Rest in peace, Guru.
That's the second album.
Rest in peace, Guru.
Daily Operation, I think, was before that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, but shout out to that.
I'm trying to read here. I got this Gangstar baseball card from 1991, and I think it's so no 1991. I got this Gangstar baseball card. It says their most popular records: Just to Get a Rep, Lovesick, The Science. Gangstar consists of members Guru, DJ Premier. Their first album was No More Mr. Nice Guy. That they really came into the limelight with their second album, Step Into the Arena. It was Gangstar's innovative use of jazz samples that caught the ear of director Spike Lee, who included their hit A Jazz Thing on the soundtrack for the film Mo Better Blues. In the wake of their successful European tour, their current Jamaican tour with EPMD, that was your first tour, right?
Right. Well, they went on two of them, but what year did it say that baseball card was?
This is 1991.
Yeah, so they went again on 90 at the end of 91. That's the one I went on. So they went with them twice. It was such a great time. It's, you know, like I said, rest in peace to Guru.
It says right here. Sorry, I just want to finish. Gangstar has become one of rap's most influential and positive forces.
Beautiful.
So yeah.
Yo, oh XL. Yo, some real shit though. You know, I don't know. Every album has its life form because, you know, we toured off it, and there's so many interesting and great memories, and that Guru's not here no more. But you know,
does that bug you out that people still like your 29-year-old rap?
Nah. That shows you it's a little. You know what I mean? It was a little. You know, that I mean, Blisters obviously. Like, well, do you even know what's considered Gangstar's biggest commercial record?
Commercial record? Ooh,
yeah. Wow. Which in tune would be their biggest record, obviously, but you know.
Their biggest commercial record.
Mm.
I just had it and I lost it. It's on.
You could pick 3 records.
Go ahead. Tell me.
No, you could pick 3 records.
The biggest record. That's such a.
Got a lot of songs.
I know. I'm just trying to think. I feel like it's a trick question because I think it's on Moment of Truth.
You got say the songs you think it is.
Full clip. Full clip.
Huh?
Full clip.
No, that ain't.
Mass Appeal.
No. Mass Appeal.
Is it Mass Appeal?
Mass Appeal.
See, I thought it was that, song. But I felt like it was a trick question. I always think everything's a trick question.
Nah, because Mass Appeal.
You were not good on tests.
The way the beat was, you know what I'm saying, and it was the thing. That was like Premier did that to be almost like elevator music or whatever, but he funked it. Obviously he freaked it. But then for some reason the radios was killing that, like that one right there. So shout out to that album. But one thing I knew he's gonna touch on, but I want to say this first. Being young, growing up in the city. I had a 2-parent household to start. You know, we weren't the richest, but you know, there was 5 of us, and things were provided. You know, whatever we needed, and food, and whatever. And then there became a time when I became a young teenager that my mother left home, and she never came back. She didn't die, but she just took off. You know, and my father was there. So at this time, life changed. You know, not as much discipline, not as much. He was going through his alcoholism and what have you. So we had to get through, you know. And I say that because I played football, and I had this dream, man, to be in the NFL. I worked on my ass off. I was, you know, trying to be the best I could be. Rough in school because our school was like wild, you know what I'm saying? Hustling too, school jobs, whatever. But I'm hustling street stuff too. And I dreamed it'd be like, damn, if I could have like a 2-parent household, or everything was cool, and we lived in a nice neighborhood, and I could have seen, you know, a lot of this happen. So I say this whole story in brief to say that it brings us to the NBA, and it brings us to the player, Ja Morant. I tell you this story because Ja Morant, just recently, he was suspended by his team for a few days to start for posing with a gun in a club and posting it on Instagram, what everybody does. So, of course, those who don't know, Ja Morant is not a bad NBA basketball player. He's not just that. He's a superstar. You understand what I'm saying? So, and he was raised with a 2-parent household and went to private school and all that. But for some reason, people get into this light and the wrong people around you, or wrong direction, and now you want to be tough or seem like you're cool because that's what everybody's doing. That instant gratification, pictures, and I got guns with it. Which you don't need none of that shit. Now you made it. You there. You got to recognize, because as quick as that came, man, and which wasn't really quick, it could be gone even quicker. You know what I mean? Like he could almost toss his career away. And that wasn't even the only thing that happened. Previously, last summer, him and some associates, which is him and French, were in a confrontation with mall head of security. And 4 days later, a 17-year-old kid alleged Morant had had a gun in his waistband after altercation, no charges. He had acquaintance in a post-game confrontation with Indiana Pacers traveling party. And then, he shows a gun on Instagram. So this behavior is crazy, because it's like, what are you trying to prove? Like, what do you're in a great place, man. You're financially, he'll probably sign a contract for 5 years, maximum $250 million or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, well, didn't he say he would like beat Michael Jordan in a game of basketball last week too?
People say a lot of stuff.
Same guy.
You know what I mean? This is a way that we'll never see it, forever. You know what I mean? Like Will Chamberlain scored 100 points.
Maybe right now.
We never saw him score points. Yeah, or you know what I mean? So people are gonna talk, it's fine. They've been talking, but now, like I said, the microphone is in front of you. You know what I mean? I'm just saying for Ja Morant, just be focused, man, on what you have to do. Your father's around at the games and stuff too. Like, are you on the? No, you just got to slow that thing down and see life, man, and then let yourself blossom. Let yourself become what you can become before it's too late, man.
Don't ruin the opportunity that is before you on some stupid ish.
I'm very pro gun. I'm very pro gun. I like guns. I think I like them. I don't think he shouldn't be able to have a gun. I just think it was probably not the smartest thing to do, was to pull it.
You like guns?
Oh yeah.
You just say you like guns. So when you're doing this show, it ain't like you got a gun on the table on your shoulder. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have, you know what I mean? What I'm saying is that.
Uh-oh, he's looking for it.
And see, that's even good too. You're looking for it. See what I'm saying? What I mean is, you're not flossing that. You're not showing that off.
Yeah, like I think it was a bad idea. Do I think he shouldn't be allowed to have a gun? No, I don't.
No,
but it was probably a bad idea
to
brandish a weapon on Instagram Live when you're obviously drinking. There's people behind you. It doesn't matter what they were doing. It's just there was people behind you, and you're drunk pulling a gun out of your pocket. You're going to get in trouble for it. Like,
hey,
you can drop it. People have shot themselves before.
Yeah, before you Practical Burris in the club, shoots himself in the thigh, goes to jail for a year. You know what I'm saying? Ray Lewis is at a club with his friends. Somebody gets stabbed and murdered. You know what I mean? Fortunately for him, he was unscathed, but he changed his whole shit. You had to. You know, these things that happen, man. You know, this craziness happens around you, man, just because you're inviting it. You're inviting that.
And
bullshit.
people are haters, you know? Mm-hmm. You're
But
gonna be
anyway,
drunk with a gun.
Yeah, that was bad. I don't know what state he was in. I don't know the laws of that state. But like I was saying, you made a good point about they were drinking, so that was bad for him to do that.
Well, that's the thing. It's like,
but if it was in a state where he can carry, let's say he was in California, for example, or say he was in Texas, because none of us know the laws, but we know you can carry a gun in Texas.
Yeah,
so
Atlanta.
So let's say he was in Texas, right? And he played for the Mavericks, and he pulled out a gun, like whatever. You live in Texas, everybody pulled that. Wouldn't be a big deal to anybody. Really.
It's not going to be the same. It's going to be the same as the punishment. Because what you're doing is
morals clause or something.
Yeah, you're
endangering the people. You're in public.
You're an athlete. You know what I mean? You're an athlete like that. People are looking up to you. Play in the NBA. That's you know what I'm saying? That's what that is. Gun. That's not a good look. That's like Michael Jordan, man, with some Jordans, you know, doing a Nike commercial, got a gun, you know, chilling. With Nikes on this shoulder and gun on this shoulder. So no one said they were opposed to him not having a gun, so that is what it is.
Yeah.
Mike Epps just recently was arrested at the airport because he had his gun in his luggage. He said he always carries a gun, but it was a long day and he forgot to take it out of his bag. You know, he wasn't on no malicious intent. He just carries because he said motherfuckers be robbing people out here. And he sometimes he ain't with his security. He got to protect himself.
Yeah, I think everyone.
Years ago.
I think everyone should have a gun.
That happened to Guru years ago. Guru went to the airport, forgot to take the gun out the bag. Same thing. Got arrested, the whole shit.
Man,
you know what I mean? So, you know. But moving along with you got something else, G?
Oh, I got the biggest thing of the week. Big Suge. Big Suge for the last 50 weeks, 52 weeks, 51 weeks.
50 weeks.
50 weeks?
Yeah.
Big Suge for the last 50 weeks claims that Will Smith did not slap Chris Rock.
Oh yeah, you got a picture?
No, I want to talk. We're leading up into the
Play along, Big Suge. Play along.
We're leading up into the thing. Chris Rock did not. Will Smith. I'm all flustered now. Will Smith did not slap Chris Rock. And Chris Rock was quiet about it, and he is quiet no longer. Did you watch Selective Outrage by Chris Rock on Netflix?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Oh,
okay. Maria Purísima.
Wow, that's mind-blowing. You blew my mind.
Well, I think because for me, it still starts where I told you. Like I still got to see the slap. So
both of the people involved are telling you it happened.
Yeah, this is rough. This is rough. If you go listen to what he says about Jada, he calls Jada Pinkett a sexual predator. She's definitely not on board with that.
And when he said
I was talking about Jada. I was talking about Will Smith.
When he said that, right? What did the people do?
The people were. This is the thing about this special.
They didn't really show the audience, actually.
Yeah, because it was live and they didn't have a.
Could you hear them?
Oh yeah.
So what did they do?
They were going crazy. They were going. I feel like everyone was going. I don't know if they were going. It was funny. I'm not saying it wasn't funny. This particular bit was funny. It was funny. But I feel like people were took it extra funny because we've waited for a year for him to say something about this, and the entire special, the entire hour and a half special was hyped up for a 5-minute bit. You know what I mean? So there's that. There's the people who were just told while they were sitting there, by the way, people, or the day before, right? The day before, they had already got their tickets. By the way, you're going to be involved with the very first Netflix live special ever. So make sure you laugh. You know what I'm saying? You've been on a TV show before, right? Applause. Like,
but the reason why I say it, I'm saying because
I thought it was good.
When you said they laughed or was funny, that's what I mean. So ultimately, to me, it comes down. This whole shit is comedy. You know what I'm saying? When people feel like
you gotta watch
that
it.
Chris Rock, that Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, people that feel like that went down, they thought that shit was funny too. A lot of motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So like ultimately, it's just comical to me, this whole shit.
I think
so
you have to see the show before you can comment, because you may be thinking he's gonna present it in one way, and he's gonna, you know.
I don't want to ruin any of the jokes for you.
But, yeah. I'm gonna tell you why I disagree. Because I'm not stepping into there thinking like, first of all, I'm not looking for him to be funny about that. You already lost me when, no matter even what he said about Will being bigger than him in the joke and all of that, you already lost me when he slapped you supposedly, allegedly, and you didn't do anything. I don't care how big you are or whatever. That's if it's in you, it's in you. You see what I'm saying? So you made a joke out of that, but maybe he was scared.
When it happened, you weren't saying he should have attacked him.
Who, me?
Yeah. We have to bring that back. We have to rewind that.
Yes, I was.
I don't think so.
This would be funny.
I know I was.
Maybe I'm wrong. I'll check it out.
I would have always been. I put money on that.
I thought he should have punched him too.
I didn't say attack him, but I said you got to respond. That's me in life. There's no way I would have told somebody to do like what he did or agreed with it. So that's what I'm saying. Like I looked at it like, okay, so this dude really slapped you. And look, so people were either shocked one thing or didn't really see it, because he was like, oh shit, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I bet you a lot of people thought it was a bit.
But you know what? If he slapped him and he's supposed to be this much smaller, this is how I look at it still. And he came from Cleveland with that slap, if you've seen it, I feel that your man would have spun around. He would have spun around or buckled or something. So I just, Yeah. But anyway, a lot have watched it, and ultimately, he didn't do it for free. You know what I mean? So,
of course not.
So, you know what I mean?
I'd like to know what he got.
You have your own exclusive.
He probably got 30 at least for that.
Good for him.
No, I'm not saying that he should have. I'm telling you, there's a reason to everything too. We're gonna make money. Let's do it. Everybody ain't Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle walked away from that $100 million. Yeah, everybody else ain't doing that. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Everyone isn't Dave Chappelle. That's right. But Dave Chappelle's last few specials weren't as great as. We don't watch them anymore. When they came out, we were like, oh yeah, the special's pretty good. Yeah, let's hope. But we don't watch it no more. I think he's probably the best going right now. But he took the check from Netflix. He did, and he just put a whole bunch of. Dude, he put a special out that wasn't even funny. He didn't tell any jokes. Remember, it was around the maybe George Floyd. Yeah, it was around the George Floyd time, because I remember people were wearing masks in the crowd. It was a Corona show, and it wasn't even funny. It was just him talking, which is fine. I'm not against it, but it was billed as a comedy special.
Funny.
He got $50 million for it. And I'm just like, so yeah, he didn't take the money from Comedy Central.
This is funny,
but he took it from Netflix.
Yeah,
but I think I don't know. I think the Chris Rock did a good job. I think overall, I give the performance a B-.
A B-?
Yeah, he made fun of the royal family. That whole bit was amazing. He
made fun of everybody. I like when comedians make fun of everybody.
He did good. He pushed the line with some abortion jokes. One of his jokes was funny. I'll give one of his jokes.
Don't.
Yeah, I'll give one of his on the podcast. He said, "Ladies, if you have to pay for your own abortion, you need an abortion." I thought that shit was hilarious.
No, I know you.
The Danger Zone podcast.
So,
all right, here we go.
It's the thing.
What up, bro? I'm just chilling. Glad you could do this shit, man. I even brought out the fucking
shit.
The vinyl.
The classic.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Danger Zone.
Danger Zone.
Episode 59.
He's making his dramatic entrance. It's like a title fight here.
He'll be like James Brown. He's gonna have a cape.
Oh, sponsored by Poland Springs. Here we go. Big Sugar. All right, here we go. All right.
What's going on?
Hell yeah.
What's up, brother, man?
What's up?
I'm chilling, man. Good to see you.
All right,
Respect.
so let's start it. Ready?
We here, man. The Danger Zone episode, Danger Zone podcast, episode 59.
59.
The Big Sugar.
Mr. DL.
And Chef Tanya Cole. Welcome back, everybody.
Hell yeah.
And today we have
Callie Ranks is
another
with us
special
today.
guest. Yep, special guest, Callie Ranks. You know what I'm saying? What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Every wake up is a blessing. Thankful.
Amen.
I'm doing good. Health is wealth. Yes,
So
sir.
listen, we just like for you to, give the people a heads up on you, where you came from, how you got into this music thing, and kind of catch them up to speed, give them a backstory about Cali Ranks,
All right, quick backstory. Jamaican born, raised in Brooklyn. Got signed to Def Jam in '94, debuted on the show soundtrack with all the big boys by Russell Simmons. Did a few joints and backed up off the majors. Started my own label in 2009, and here I am.
So you got it as far as you do you consider yourself to kind of rap / chatting or what do you call your style? Like what do you what's more to you?
Well, my style was birthed from dancehall originally.
Okay.
So it's more chat, but it's a rap. I would call it a rap style without losing my accent, because I always consider myself like I was born in Jamaica and raised in Brooklyn. So what I brought was myself, like walking that borderline. Being born in Jamaica and being influenced by the reggae and the dancehall from an early age, and then coming to New York in the 80s when hip hop was at its epitome of growth.
Right.
I have a strong love for both, so that's what came out on records.
It's amazing. It's
yeah,
amazing.
so it's hip hop reggae, yeah. Reggae hip hop.
It's amazing to me because when you come in like that, into this game, but then I found out like guys that were already rapping, and then I found out they were Jamaican. And they were very good with chatting and the whole situation. Busta Rhymes was one. Yeah, and Heavy D, right?
Heavy D, right.
And I think, when I met dudes, there was many years ago. So I didn't know until I caught them in certain places. And I was like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? So then I would, I wonder why they chose rapping instead of chatting, because they did it equally as good. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so, is it, do you think, for some, it might have been because of where they was at or the commercial success of that, or why would you say? Because you chat, so it ain't like you
big part of it. I think a big part of it is they're like second generation Jamaicans. You know what I mean? Right. A lot of them weren't born on the island, even though they are Jamaicans. You know what I mean? I will never deny them that, because that's their birthright. And they have, they grew up in a household with Jamaicans, so they're very, they're very fluent with the patois. So just like you said, they were able to actually chat on the mic just like a Jamaican. But I don't think they felt the chat side that much because they were born here. Now, I could not lose that accent even if I tried, because I was actually born in Jamaica. So, even if I tried to rap at the age I came here, the first time I came to America was 11. So at that age, it's already built in. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's almost impossible to lose your accent. So I didn't see myself rapping, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't think I could fool anybody. So even though I love hip hop that much, I figure I'll just bring myself to hip hop. You know what I mean? You could still rap, but rap in a way where you don't lose your accent, and then you kind of bring something new to the table. You know what I mean?
No question. Because basically, KRS-One was basically, doing his his style, in a Jamaican,
the bridge is over, but bye. Yeah.
Bye.
He brought that when cats wasn't even understanding it like that, but like we knew Seckle and all that stuff he was saying, you had to be, in tune to know that, but everybody didn't know. He kind of brought.
Scott LaRock was Jamaican, though. Scott LaRock was Yardie.
Who do we have on?
You know what I'm saying?
Who do we have on here?
Scott LaRock was Yardie. So Chris, Chris been around the culture. He basically grew up with the culture. You know what I mean? You're talking about Boogie Down Bronx. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Who did we have on here talking about the Jamaican influence? Was it Pete Rock?
Yeah, because I believe Pete Rock, because
he's Jamaican.
He was his cousin.
Yeah.
Heavy cousin, so he's Jamaican as well.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right, hell yeah.
And Singapore Kane, shout out to my right hand man. But Yo, who were some of your heroes though in the reggae like that when you were coming up?
Man, there are so many, man. I mean, like as evident that the ranks at the end of the name, you know, Shabba definitely, you know,
There's no question.
Shabba was a huge influence, you know, because he broke barriers, you know. Shabba really broke some barriers down. I mean, KRS-One was another one, you know, even though he wasn't Jamaican, you know, the influence that he had, you know, on the culture, it overlapped, you know, to Jamaicans, you know what I mean? So he was one of them. I mean, the Super Cats, you know, I mean, there are so many, man. There's so many. It goes back to my love for having, you know, a deep love for both cultures, you know, even though they intertwine as one to me.
Right.
You know, from Cool Herc and, you know, all of them going back. So it's hard to really even point out any one person, man. It's the whole culture. There's so many heroes, bro. I mean, from Eric B, Rakim. I mean, like, you know, it's so much. It's so much. But definitely on the Jamaican side, like I'm a great fan of Shabba and Sizzla, you know, Capleton, who you know, me and him got signed the same time. Yeah, the same time with Def Jam by the same A&R, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a lot, man. Buju's another one, you know what I mean? Listen, yeah. It's a lot. It's so much.
When they just did that song with the Pillsbury Doughboy. No, when they just did that shit with that's my man, Khaled, right? Yo,
DJ Khaled, yeah.
Yo, that's
my boy, that one. My boy, yeah.
I didn't get it. I thought he was talking about me.
My boy, yeah.
Yo, that song with Capleton and them, that one, right? That shit was just. It took me because you know I've been, you know, from the '80s and way back, you know, with the chat reggae. You know what I mean? Even with being a kid. Going to being a kid going to Bob Marley concerts, you know what I'm saying? Where everybody, and over here in Boston, where I'm from, everybody at the concert sold out, packed, they white, and it's just a few. That's when I seen the magnitude of him. But then I started learning about a lot of artists, and when I just seen dude do that song with them, that song was big. I think like 25 million people like peeped that song in a matter of like a week if it was that long. You know what I mean?
It blew fast. Yeah.
Yeah. Song was something because they are thorough. I mean, I was fortunate to do a song with I was on a project with Ani Kamosi and
Anika bad boy, man. I mean, wicked.
You know, so
Odd stepper, yeah.
Oh, no question. He had the voice too, you know. So it's great because he was on the Jazz Task projects with Guru. So you know. They had a joint called The Medicine, which we know that was really about weed, you know what I'm saying? But like,
right.
And then we did a song with Patra, which was actually Kool Keith, myself, Guru, rest in peace, and Patra. Nice. So, and she came, it's funny, she came to the studio with basically a trash bag full of weed, you know what I'm saying? And she said, you know, well, she was like, yo, this is the smoke, because she was like, yo, we can't do this session, this music, without this. And I'm talking about the whole time, just, you know, getting nice.
Roll up.
I just always been with the both the cultures that it's so similar too. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, what would you say, DL?
I'm not sure what I was saying, but
me neither.
The last time me and Callie got up, we shot a music video. And we had to hike up a mountain. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
I was like, I said, hey, there's no way. I told the other artists, I said, hey, there's no way these guys. It was raining. I said, there's no way these guys are gonna want to walk up this muddy mountain to shoot a music video. There's no way. I said, you got to figure something else out. You and Cannabis showed up, and you guys were all about it. I was like, all right.
We Jamaicans, bro. Jamaicans.
I ate my words.
Walk in the park.
And we went all the way to the top of that mountain. Do you remember you climbed? He even went and climbed the tree, and he was wrapping up in the tree. Do you remember that shit? Did that video?
You could take us out of Jamaica, man. You can't take Jamaica out of us, man.
That's for sure.
Did that video ever come out? I don't even know. I asked the.
No, not yet. Not as far as I know.
Oh, okay. Have you ever heard of?
I know, not yet.
Have you ever heard of Reggae on the River? It's a concert in California. Have you ever performed out there?
No, I've never. The last time we went to Cali, we did Back to Basic. I did Back to Basic with Cannabis. Yeah, I haven't been on the river.
Okay, because I did Reggae on the River in like 2008. or 7 or 8, and I was just wondering if you were on that bill because I don't remember. I know it was.
No, I was not. I heard about that though.
Yeah,
that came off nice. I heard.
I was the first rap act on that. That's like a 50-year-old festival. I was the first rap act. I'm sure they have. But I had a band, so it kind of fit. You know what I'm saying? Like
okay,
it kind of fit. But I was just wondering if you were at that concert. Do you have any questions, Chef T?
Well, nobody there.
I just want.
No, there was a lot of people there.
Who were your what motivated you to be a performer? Like obviously, I know Caribbean culture, right? Music is generational. You know, when you go to parties, everybody's dancing, everybody's enjoying themselves. It's not like, oh, the young people do this. It's like everybody enjoys the music together. So what motivated you to be a performer?
That's probably the key right there. See, my great grandmother who raised me, you know what I mean? Because I was born in Kingston, but then went on to live in St. Andrew, which is like the country area for a little while. But she owned a butcher shop, you know what I mean, and a bar. So we would transition from the butcher shop to the bar every evening. And since I was like 2, 3, probably 2, you know, between those ages, I'd be the youngest little man in there while they playing the music, and I'll be dancing and doing my thing, and they'll drop money in my little cup, you know what I mean? And then she had a good sized house where she actually rented out rooms, and there was one cat that she rented a room to. His name, I never knew his real name, but they called him Skippy. He had a sound system. Every weekend, he would be on the veranda just spinning records. And as a youngin', I was right there. You know what I mean? So I fell in love with that from then. Then when I went to high school, our Kingston College in Jamaica made its transition to New York. My family, my cousin and all of them were into sound systems. So then I started, you know, I continued to toast in and so on and so forth. And I just kept, it was just, I never thought I would perform like professionally, honestly. I wanted to be a pilot, you know?
Okay.
The pilot.
I think you can still do it.
Yeah, I wanted to be a pilot. You know what I mean? I mean, I could do anything I want to do,
That's
of course.
right.
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I've come to terms that, you know, God put me here to not only you know, be a performer or, you know, make music, but to actually open doors for other people. You know what I mean? Everybody don't got to be a superstar, but you know, you could be instrument in so many different ways. And I've resigned to that. You know what I mean? And I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it being, you know, a part of, you know, building a label, you know, and I still get to be an artist, but that part of it I'm really enjoying.
So you from Kingston, right? So are you from, you know, more city-like or the countryside or?
No, man, I'm born in the heart of Kingston. I'm born at Jubilee and raised at Rosalie and Kingston 13, about probably 13 miles somewhere, jungle, Rema, the whole of them, where Bob Marley and the whole of them man they come up. You see me?
The reason why
man, the heart of that, man. The heart of that. Matches Lane, when Matches Lane and Luke Lane used to be in a war in the 80s. And them place them come from, man. Before I live at Portmore. Yeah, man, real thing.
Yeah, no, the reason why I asked so is so I have a friend, you know, he rhymes too. His name is Singapore King. And he from Jamaica. They're from Kingston. And his father, his name is Danny Tucker. Danny Tucker's legendary reggae folk singer. You know, if you look him up.
The name sound familiar.
Oh yeah, Danny, he still live over there. He have a nice, you know, nice house over there with a big apple tree in the front yard, right?
Yeah,
so,
man.
The reason why I said
5 acres down there. Yeah,
no question. The reason why I say it too is because, so one Singapore brought his girlfriend. She's American to Jamaica to his grandmom and everyone. So every time she's having a terrific time. She's having a great time. Then come night, they lock the windows, chains, pull everything down. She don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
You know, but the story go as I know that at night, you know, the bad man lurk.
Yeah, man. If I Kingston, you have to lock up things, man. For real.
Yes.
For real.
And she was in fear because she never, everybody was normal. Everybody was normal. And then all of a sudden, this certain time came, they locking shit up, and she was telling a story. And I knew about it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, Jamaica's the place where, shoot, motherfuckers are run up in a prison and go get that boy. You know,
man.
Jamaica's
not a normal place, but
man, I knew. You know, have you? So you've been traveling. You've traveled the world somewhat.
Somewhat, yeah. I was also in the military, so I got to see a lot. You know what I mean? I traveled doing music a little bit. You know what I mean? And I traveled while I was in the military.
What branch?
I spent time in Germany. Yeah.
You been to London?
No, I haven't been to London.
Now, see, that's where you got to go, because first of all,
I got a lot of family in London too.
That's
but
what I
I
was about to
say.
So a big Jamaican community out there.
That's what I'm about to say. Some of the best Jamaican food that I've been all around the world. So the best food, I tell people, they always look weird. I say, yo, that shit is in London and Canada. You know what I mean? The people are being from they got, I think it's Brixton out there, but one of them, and where everybody is just straight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody, it's a Jamaican, you know, colony damn there. You know what I'm saying? But it's
we have plans. We have plans to go there because between, you know what I'm saying, we not to shout, you know, toot my arm, but we got a movie that's coming up, you know what I'm saying, that they supposed to be shooting parts over there. So we're gonna be sliding over there soon,
You got this beautiful thing, and then it's okay to toot. You can toot your horn all day. You know? we appreciate
that's why you're on the podcast. So when
no Cali,
you're not here to talk about us. You know what I'm saying? You're here to talk about you. So when the show soundtrack came out, I just want to step back real quick because this was big. Like
but you know what? We're gonna talk about us too, though. But go ahead.
This came back.
It ain't like you stepped outside of a rock. You know what I'm saying?
Not real.
I'm just looking. I'm looking at this record right now. This record came out so old. I mean, when I was so young that I wasn't even Mr. DL. It says my government name on the record. That was my DJ name. I'm looking at it right now. But so when this soundtrack came out, like it had competition somewhat with Rhyme or Reason that came around the same time, but this soundtrack really did like this movie and soundtrack really did like take the prize. Like, what was it like being on like your debut song, being on such a big release?
Of course, man. At my age, you know, like I said, I'm from a third world country. You know what I mean? I came here the first time at 11 and then to live at 14. So, you know, in my 20s to get signed any type of deal with a major like Def Jam and to appear in a record with the likes of LL, Mary J, Tupac, Biggie, Onyx. I mean, bruh. I mean, shit. I was good.
Yeah, you were the B-side. You were the B-side to the first single.
Yeah, that was all Jam Master Jay. That was all Jam Master Jay and Drew Dixon right there. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Yeah. So I remember R.I.P. to Jam Master every time.
Yes. When
you
went
to Jay did that.
I just saw
when
that.
You went to Def Jam, right? And you were signed, like who were you dealing with at Def Jam? Was it Kevin Lyles then?
Actually, yeah, I was dealing with Kevin too, but Drew Dixon signed me in Capleton. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
He signed me in Capleton and shit. And I mean, he did that joint with Method Man. Put diamond wings in the morning, I'm flying. Yeah. You know what I mean? He did that joint, and I did the Kill 'Em All joint for the soundtrack. You know what I mean? That was the first debut joint we did. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, man.
Chris wanted me to sound like Mad Lion. He was telling me I should do some Mad Lion shit, and I was like, "Well, Mad Lion from England, bro. I mean, I'm from Jamaica."
hey, you should have told them. Hey, you should have told them. There's no need to do that.
Yeah, right. There's no need to worry. Don't worry about that.
Hey, that was my man. We came up to at the time, but I'm saying it wasn't as pure. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know. I like Mad Lion. Lion. But he do something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Something different from me. Yeah, man.
He was more closer. He was more closer to somebody like Nine, the rapper.
Sid.
You know what I mean?
Real things.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Real things.
It seemed there was a bit of commercialized and kind of forced, whereas, you know, on the Jamaica side, it was more like, how it's more raw, it's more, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk. Right. Where you at now? You in the studio?
Yeah, man, that's exactly where I'm at, bro.
Oh, okay.
Exactly where I'm at. I kind of live in this little house, little spot right here, bro, where I do all my work from editing, recording, pre-production, production, everything, bro.
Oh,
so
shit.
if I'm not laying my head or I'm pushing a little other company that I got down here, this is what I'm doing, bro.
Are you still out in Brooklyn?
Love it, bro. No, I'm in Florida right now.
Oh, Florida.
Nice.
I'm in the country surrounded by trees.
Oh, he's in that nice weather.
Hey, you must be hot, eating lizards. Little lizards.
Nah. We got dogs and cats around here.
So the alligators could get to them first.
Yo,
That's one thing you got to watch for.
Chef Tanya, cook up some gator, won't you, babe?
You know, I have cooked up some gator. I've cooked for Steve Marley, but I didn't cook him gator.
Have you eaten it?
Oh, she
But have
said.
you eaten it?
Let me ask you something. Do you cook?
Of course, I'm a cook.
I swear to God, all my Jamaican friends, every single man cooks.
Yeah,
And ladies, if you're looking for a man who cooks, get yourself a Jamaican man.
Yeah, man. Every Jamaican, every soldier can cook, man.
Hey, wait a second.
Soldier know
Wait a second.
I said single. I said the single ladies.
It's cool. It's cool because, I mean, shit. I think cooking is something that we all should be able to do. Like, cause
man, you gotta survive, bro.
But I mean, I met a lot of Jamaican guys myself too. That
like really good.
Let's do this. Because some countries are different. Like some countries are different. Like there's parts of Africa where the men don't really do anything. The women do all of that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But then you go to Italy though, and then you have dudes that cook. Just like they do in Jamaica.
Yeah,
so
bro, we chef up, bro. We chef up.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
Me, actually, my favorite thing to cook would probably be either curry chicken or I would say probably either curry chicken or oxtail.
Oh,
yeah,
oxtail.
You eat salted fish? Do you
Yeah,
eat
man. In fact, by this Friday, I'm gonna make some ackee and saltfish. I always do. Fried dumpling, the whole of that. Yeah, man.
Oh, see, yeah, I gotta. I usually get the stew beef, rice and peas.
Yeah, man, rice and peas, and chicken, all of that, man. We do all of that.
You know what I mean? So, so listen, I got a question. So we're gonna do it like this. I like to know, as far as, I want you to give me 5, of your favorite MCs, and also 5 of your favorite, reggae cats, chatters or such. So that's 10. 5 and 5.
All right, I probably named them already, which is Capleton, Bojo, Sizzler. Shabba is not really doing nothing, but Shabba is still one of my favorite MCs ever.
Me too.
And for the new school, even though they lock away Vibes got a talent that's just unmeasurable. You know what I'm saying? So Vibes Cartel, and I mean there's a lot more, but those 5 are the top. For American MCs, I would say, of course, the GOAT, my boy, Can I Bust? You feel me?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And since I'm gonna say Can I Bust, and I love Can I Bust so much, I'm gonna make sure I shout out LL, because it's much respect and love to L. You know what I'm saying? Pioneers, you know what I'm saying? Without L, we probably wouldn't even be doing this, a lot of us. I remember being in the military, putting my shoes and listening to LL. You know what I mean? Right. So, they all say, me and Biz sit and we talk and we love that man. You know what I mean? And let nobody say different. You feel
me? He helped build your label that gave you your first deal.
Yeah. Me and Biz is a part of my label. Yeah. He's one of the owners. You know what I mean?
No, I mean LL. I'm saying LL helped build Def Jam, which was your first deal.
Definitely. It was for LL. It wasn't be no us. Like I'm saying. You know what I mean? And Biz will tell you how much love he got for Def Jam, and how much he went through with Def Jam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like from good, bad, and ugly. You feel me?
No question.
Yeah. So those two, and while I'm at it, Buster is one of them. I mean, you cannot take anything from Buster Rhymes. You know what I feel me?
Favorite.
Yeah, Buster is a beast. I mean, as far as MCs, I would say Jada is another one. You know what I'm saying? And Nas. I mean, there's so many, bro.
Yeah.
KRS-One. We could go on forever. There's so many. You know what I mean?
That's a good list. You've
You've
collabed with a lot of great artists, like like you said, Cannabis, Black Rob. Didn't you just on Black Rob?
Black Rob is my brother.
What's the one with Chris Brown? Don't you have something with Chris Brown?
I got a joint out with Chris Brown right now.
Yeah.
I got my album has we just doing the re-release right now to In Groove's UMG Intercept.
Okay.
And I got Lauryn Hill on it. Yep. I got Onyx on it. I got Cannabis on it. I got Rampage on it. I got Sneakers. Black Rob on it. I mean, it's loaded, bro. It's loaded.
That's dope. I gotta hear that. That sounds awesome, actually. Yeah, I know that you had the Chris Brown and
it's called
Lauryn
Living
Hill.
Legends. It's called Living Legends. The Living Legends.
Mr. DL's over there waiting on a pair of sneakers from Rampage. So other than that,
that's my dog, bro. That's my bro. That's my bro.
Hey, DL.
Yeah.
Waiting on the rent.
Waiting on him.
That's my bro.
Anyway, like Tanya, you got something you want to ask? Whatever?
I wanted to know what branch of the military were you in?
I was in the Army. I used to be a 19-kilo M1 Abrams driver.
You said
battle tank.
You said you cooked for Stephen Marley. What'd you make for him? I forget.
Cornbread.
Oh, cornbread. Oh.
Which you also eat a lot of in the military, believe it or not.
Okay.
Thank you for your service.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's all the veterans out there.
I don't think it was for us, but thank you for your service anyway. Was it for America or Jamaica?
It was for America.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Even if it was for Jamaica, his people would thank him anyway.
No, I said yeah.
Jamaicans don't got Abrams tanks. We don't got no fancy like that.
No. Hey, my brother married a Jamaican woman, and his father-in-law was a police commissioner in Jamaica, and this dude, he had a gun on him all the time. He went over there in America, and he always had a disposition that was like, he's just pretty, like, you know what I mean? He just, I don't know, man. That dude was tight, but you got to be that way.
Police ain't no joke, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's no joke, bro, because it's serious out there. I mean, like, it's not like America where, anybody could have guns. If you got a gun in Jamaica, you got to be prepared to use it at any given second. The good guys, the cops, are the bad guys, the gangsters, you know what I mean? So you won't find no wannabes holding no guns in Jamaica. If they holding a gun, they killers, cops and robbers.
For those of you who have travel plans, just know where you go.
I mean, like, our thing is it's rest on tourists, so we.
No, listen, just like Puerto Rico, it's like that everywhere. Even if you you go to Detroit.
It's not like Mexico.
Yeah.
It's not like Mexico where they shooting up. People come across.
No, but just like any place, you have to be aware of your surroundings and what you need to do.
Yeah, we got common sense.
Yeah, Puerto Rico's the same way. We have beautiful areas for tourists, and there's areas where tourists should go.
Yeah,
there's areas, but Puerto Rico, it ain't got the areas like, for real, where they put your head.
Of course not.
They put your head in that basket, boy. Listen. But anyway, we appreciate you coming through. You know what I'm saying? It's
pleasure, man. My pleasure, Bill, bro.
And very insightful for me too, and us, and Tanya, can we get caught up here, or what's up?
Yeah, let us know what are your social media handles so everybody can keep up to date on what you're doing and all your different entrepreneurial adventures.
All right. Let me make a quick shout out to all my peoples, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ken I Bus, shout out Sean McAlonis, the artists on my label like Charlie Main, AFM Jinx, and Stephanie Adler, and everybody else, man, who's, been supporting and pushing. We got 2 new singles dropping from Afimi Music, which is AFIMI Music, which in Jamaican, that means it's mine. So every artist on Afimi is their music.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? We have new singles dropping April 14th, you know what I mean? So look out for those. One is called Strugglers with Charlie and Jinx, and the other one is Stephanie Adler about Don't Have Time. It's time to take charge. Woman empowerment and do your thing, you know what I mean? So you can find me on everything I have is Cali Ranks except Instagram, which is Cali Ranks _. Twitter is Cali, Facebook is Cali Ranks, everywhere, just Cali Ranks, you know, KALRANKS. Yeah, man, and keep up with us. Cannabis Project just dropped 2 self-licking ice cream cone. You can get that at www.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, make sure you go. Make sure you give him a shout as well. I mean, I haven't seen him in quite some time, but a few years back in the day, we was on that tour with Wyclef and the whole shit for a long, like that shit was a year or more. So, you know, everybody was always around each other, but, you know, give him a shout out for us. But we appreciate you coming through. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, guys, man. I'm much appreciated, man. Much love.
Peace and blessings to you, my brother.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you so much.
I'll hit you up after, man. Thank you so much.
Much love.
All right, peace.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh, he's in the red room.
Yeah, we just
y'all?
we just finished up the interview with Cali Ranks. I don't know if you remember Cali Ranks. He was on Def Jam. He was a reggae artist.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
He was on the show soundtrack. That was like his first single or anything.
I remember his name.
Yeah, I just wanted to know about this whole South by Southwest show you got coming up.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. So March 17th, Paul Wall and myself will be performing at South by Southwest. It's a Friday, so it's like the big day. One of the big days is gonna be popping. Static Selector was just added, so you know that's my brother. He's gonna come do a set / listening party for his album. And me and Paul got an hour set. So basically like he does 3 records, then I do 3, then he does 3, then I do 3, and we just go back and forth, kind of like a versus.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then at the end,
you're gonna do songs off that album?
Nah, not the new album. Yeah, off our album together. Yeah, we do 2 at the end, like right before we do the big records. There we go, that one. Yeah, we do Thailand and we do Recognize My Car.
Oh, okay, dope.
And pretty much we're like announcing, you know, the fact that we're also doing a follow-up album this summer.
Oh, nice.
All right, that's dope.
Part 2.
So we shouldn't announce that here then. We want to cut that out?
Nah, it's cool. Let it rock. Yeah, I mean, we kind of let it be ready. We're looking like a June release, so we excited.
All right,
was good.
Dougie Diamonds, what up, baby?
Was popular, man. You know what I mean? Where you at, man? You got all day like the Cheesecake Factory. Where you at?
Yeah, I'm in Static Selector's room right now because I got CL Smooth and Peter Guns in my room. They writing in the other room, so I came over here to rock with y'all.
Oh, okay.
Tell them I said hello.
All right, hell yeah. Well,
yeah, I will when I go back over there.
All right, dope. How was Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico was incredible, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I work all the time. I travel a lot, but never take vacations. So this is the first time I've taken vacations in like 5 to 10 years. So it was great, man.
Yeah, it's actually different. It's actually different too when you do get the people to understand the vacation is totally different than when they, you know, they'll say, hey, like me, I've been all over the world and be traveling and stuff. And then that's way different, as we know. I just really started looking at places and going to see shit at some of these places to go to. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, bro.
You know, we on here, DL?
Yeah. I just want to, shout Terma. I just want to let him come on here and shout out his South by Southwest show. And we appreciate you for stopping by. I know you're busy, and we appreciate you coming and do this for us. That was awesome.
No doubt. Congratulations, my bro. Sure, 29 years today, hard to earn, man. You know, I'm a huge Gangstar supporter. Love y'all brothers, man. And, Shane and Starr, love to y'all. DL, you know what it is. Chef T, I love you guys. I'm going to come see y'all soon, man. Peace.
All right. Thank you, man. Hell yeah.
My guys.
But yeah, I guess that's time. I guess it's about that time, for
it's about that time. So people doing stupid things. But this week, a 31-year-old Colorado woman admits to having sex with a 13-year-old and having his baby.
What?
Maybe she's dyslexic and she thought he was 31 because she was 13.
Well, and she thought, and she won't force, she won't have any jail time, because she bargained. You know what I'm saying? So she plea bargained, basically. The 31-year-old Colorado woman who authorities said had a sexual relationship with a 13-year-old boy and became pregnant. Jeez. The Fountain Police Department said her name was Andrea Serrano, was arrested actually last year, at the end of last year, but it's a story. on felony charges, including sexual assault on a child by an adult. Police said she admitted to having sex with the teenager and was booked into the El Paso County Criminal Justice Center. Now she accepted the plea deal with prosecutors, and the teenager's parents are outraged.
Would be too.
The mother says, I feel like my son is robbed of his childhood, the teen's mother said. Now he's having to be a father. He's a victim. And he's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life. She also said she's frustrated knowing that she believes things will be different in a case involving an older man and a younger woman.
And a girl. I agree.
I feel if she was a man and he was a little girl, it would definitely be different, the teen's mother said. Yeah. They would be seeking more. I feel like because he's not a woman, they are not. Because he is not a woman, they are not. They are having compassion for her. Serrano will be required to register as a sex offender, and the judge could sentence her to 10 years to life on the sex offender intensive supervised probation. They also noted that the parents of the 13-year-old boy have filed for custody of the child. So this week, stupid as hell goes to Andrea Serrano. Incredibly irresponsible,
you're disgusting,
stupid, and freaky as hell. All right. That's it.
That's horrible. She did. She robbed that child of something. Yeah. And he's never going to get that back. You're disgusting.
It's terrible. Stupid as hell. Bang,
Stupid
bang.
as hell. Bam, 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 bam. So that was it, man. 59 episodes. Shout out to Cali Rank. Shout out to Terminology Pop Code real quick.
Shout out little term.
Make sure you for some reason I got a balloon explosion from YouTube saying that our podcast is now an official podcast.
We're official.
So, I don't know what that means. I don't know if we're cool. I texted Big Sugar. I said, I guess we're cool now. I don't know.
Let's find out what it means.
So we got that, and then our Spotify is growing still, which is I think is pretty cool. So if you're listening to us while you're in the gym or whatever you're doing, that's cool. And you watch us on YouTube, hit the clip channel.
We're a shower and a grower.
And we're gonna get out of here. Oh my God.
Let's grow. Hey, listen. We about to make like a rap, right? So anyway, excuses have no purpose. Remember, don't make them.
Don't make them.
As we grow, we glow. You know what I'm saying? That's all of us together. And just be blessed. Peace.
Peace.
On my birthdays.
Episode 59, La Zona del Peligro. Like, subscribe, and share.
Peace.
On my dark days, I chop crack on a regular. Ran up in spots and clapped on a regular. Took big fat ass stacks from the register. No matter how hard they tried, they still couldn't measure the hard I had.